Is Amy still in love with her ex Matt? Little People. Big World Season 25 star Amy Roloff had to deal with losing a husband that she really, really loved. Does she still love him? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Hello viewers, I am Jufian. Welcome to our new video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. The actress Amy Roloff of Little People, Big World has experienced a great deal in life, including a dramatic divorce from Matt Roloff. It's probable that she still harbors feelings for her former partner. Even though Amy has moved on from Marek, it's obvious that she has emotional anguish when she's around Matt and Karen Chandler, his new fiancé. Did Amy's heart ever truly mend after Matt broke it? She aspired to be his lifelong spouse. She has a new partner now, but the past still hangs over her. It's possible that Amy is still in pain and regrets how her life went. She might accuse Caryn of destroying it. Season 25 star of Little People. Big World. Since Amy's life hasn't always been easy, it's only reasonable that she experiences moments of bitterness and jealousy. On screen, though, it seems like Caryn is suffering more than she ought to from Matt's engagement. On August 28, 2021, Amy with Chris, and it appears that she ought to be over Matt. But it's obvious that she's really uncomfortable talking to Caryn. Amy is definitely plagued by the initial impression of Matt and Amy's connection being dubious. Amy longed to stay with Matt forever since she loved him so much. Caryn destroyed her entire existence. Zach Roloff went through a very distressing and difficult-to-watch health issue during the Little People. Big World Season 25 premiere. The teaser can be seen above, courtesy of TLC on YouTube. His excruciating headache was an indication of something more serious. The shunt that was placed in his skull to relieve pressure wasn't functioning properly, therefore he required surgery, but the drama was even greater. As Amy processed the news of Matt's decision to ask Caryn to marry him, he and Caryn informed her that they intended to leave Amy whatever portion of the property they owned when they died. Maybe that kind gesture was meant to take the sting out of the engagement news, but really, when Amy said, "Och, let's see the ring," it was quite sad. She was obviously stressed and upset about Matt and Caryn's engagement and trying to tough it out. She has stated that she goes out of her way to be cordial to Caryn. She must be feeling like Caryn betrayed her, so it must take a lot of work. When Caryn started dating Matt, she was working at Roloff Farms. According to reports, Amy was deeply offended when she discovered lewd texts, including explicit images, between the two. Everything was so painful and vile. Amy and Matt's 28-year marriage ended in 2015, and it's obvious that Matt fell deeply in love with Caryn for the same reason. Amy is a wonderful woman, yet it would take a saint for her to not harbor animosity toward Caryn. The second woman was a terror. Amy has acknowledged that she and Caryn will never be friends. But Matt is the main driver here. The one who was married to Amy was him. Caryn, however, knew just how married Matt was. Both are therefore at fault. People fall in love, things happen, and it may sometimes be quite harmful to fall in love. Amy's marriage was ruined by Matt's passion for Caryn, whose motivations are frequently questioned. It goes without saying that Matt shouldn't continue to be married to a woman he doesn't love, especially if he has feelings for another woman. But Amy was brutalized by what Matt and Caryn did to her. Just picture Amy's reaction upon discovering those hidden messages. There must have been excruciating torture. Amy has had to confront some difficult facts concerning Matt. Regrettably, she also occasionally has to deal with Caryn. Amy's quality of life would likely increase if she was not required to show courtesy to Matt's spouse. Amy courageously fulfills her obligations, primarily for her kids. Even though Amy still had feelings for Matt, she had the guts to let go of him. Amy is incredibly resilient. It's amazing what she's accomplished in spite of many obstacles, including her dwarfism. Little people don't always have things easy in society. Still, Amy graduated with a degree in business. Additionally, Amy worked assiduously for years to win over Matt, who was frequently agitated and challenging when it came to Roloff Farms. To Matt's credit, he has endured suffering his entire life. His dwarfism type causes more health problems than Amy's. A person's mood will be adversely affected by chronic pain. It's quite a load to bear. Amy, whose pumpkin salsa is a hit, is an amazing cook and a caring mother. She was a loving wife. She met Matt at a conference, Little People. They married the same year. To Amy, that must have felt like a fairy tale. The down-to-earth Virgo Amy may not have been romantic enough for Libra Matt, as he developed a wandering eye. Perhaps Matt and Amy just weren't compatible. However, Amy didn't know that Matt was so unhappy. Despite her occasional grumpiness and bossiness, Amy is actually incredibly compassionate when you take into account all the stress and misery she's had to undergo. The way she is attempting to handle everything has a certain heroic quality. Maybe Amy's generosity is undeserved by Matt and Amy. They might not recognize all of her wonderful qualities. Chris Marek of Little People, Big World, and viewers hopefully do. It's possible that Matt and Caryn are lying to Amy about their intentions to sell the farm. One day, Matt promised his sons they would be able to inherit the property. Rather, Matt made them an offer. He could take Amy in the same way. Prior to Caryn entering the picture and driving the last nail in Matt and Amy's coffin, their marriage wasn't flawless. Since they were already having issues, Matt was more vulnerable to having an affair. Amy looked to be trimmed down a lot by Matt. It appears as though he didn't genuinely value his wife, who is the parent of his kids. But there's no reason Amy shouldn't be respected. Amy is a decent person. Amy made an effort to be a good mother and make Matt happy. She continues to act in that manner. It must be hard for her to try to be cordial with Caryn. Zach had a recent health problem, and she supported him through it. Matt wasn't present. It's Amy who maintains order. Matt seems more hostile. Though maybe he should be more cautious, he seems content with Caryn. Amy ought to exercise caution as well. Following their rise to fame, both of these diminutive individuals found themselves involved with average-sized adults who fell in love with them. It's conceivable Amy and Matt are being taken advantage of. Amy and Matt are wealthy, powerful, and well-known. Maybe when Amy and Matt fell in love, it was more sincere and genuine. Matt might come to regret abandoning Amy and having such high hopes for Caryn someday. Another possibility is that he will be content in a covertly transactional relationship. Are these average-sized folks truly in love with their partners who are little people? They might, but it's also plausible that they don't given the level of suspicion around their intentions. Long-term, they could be able to pass for someone else for their own benefit. They could have a fondness for their partners, but not a passionate love. Beyond Caryn and Chris genuinely loving their significant partners, there are a plethora of additional options. Amy came up with a recipe for pumpkin salsa that Matt tried to claim as his own. They eventually sold the dish as one of the farm's goods. That's probably not what a man who loved his wife would do. The commotion surrounding the pumpkin salsa was a serious warning sign. Amy's culinary prowess has kept her in the spotlight these days. She's got a cookbook of her own. Thus, Amy was able to get past Matt's negativity and obstruction once more. Another time, Matt felt that Amy had made a mistake in picking a dude ranch vacation location, so he decided to leave early and inadvertently injure his wife. Yes, it's possible that the guy ranch wasn't the best fit for him. He was probably right when he said that his mobility issues prevented him from enjoying himself there. However, he didn't really care how Amy felt. He was quite selfish, and he's often quite selfish. That's why Matt's feuding with Zach. His son feels like he burned him over the farm sale. So, Amy seemed to lose a man who didn't really love her. That's not as great a loss as it seems. However, she had kids with this man and spent decades with him. Of course, she believed that he loved her. Why wouldn't she? Coming to terms with the fact that Matt just wanted to be free of her must have hurt terribly, and it still stings her. If she loves Matt, she deserves sympathy because he does not love her. He won't be coming back. As Austin Powers memorably said, that train has sailed. Why Matt felt compelled to claim the credit for his wife's ingenuity is anyone's guess. Maybe he feels threatened when other people achieve. It's possible that Matt evolved or that he was never truly in love with Amy. Perhaps he was always acting like one of those eerie men in dramas about shocking and covert adultery. Amy remembers Matt as a sweetheart, which is the issue. It's what she is missing. She might overlook it perpetually. Although Matt seems like a good man, he has a history of grave errors in judgment. It's possible that many individuals are unaware of Matt's past cocaine addiction. Many people struggle with addiction. Fortunately, Matt, who was frequently patronizing, was able to kick the substance. His prior cocaine addiction, though, reveals a daring side. He was also detained once on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. Maybe Amy did like Matt's bad boy qualities after all. Many women find it enjoyable to be in the company of overconfident, bad-acting men. Some women, for instance, write letters to inmates who have been found guilty of heinous crimes. Though it's possible that Matt's bad boy characteristics aren't the reason she misses him, it's still feasible that Matt gave her the thrill she's been longing for. While Amy is with Matt and Caryn, she appears dejected. That cannot be disputed. Her obvious signs of stress are evident. Amy has acknowledged that the conversations are uncomfortable and hurtful. It's like an endless war that she needs to fight. If she still loves Matt, it must be psychological torture. Maybe Matt isn't noticing these signals. It's possible that he can feel his ex-wife's torment. That might be why he offered to leave the farm to her. Amy can have feelings for both Matt and Chris. Individuals are complex. Amy will occasionally reflect on the past even though Chris is a wonderful spouse who makes her feel secure and cherished. She will undoubtedly draw comparisons between her present and former partners. Amy might feel, deep down, that her relationship with Matt was more significant. In the current season 25 of Little People, Big World, Matt and Caryn are building their ideal home. It appears to be going to be a stunning rancher sand stairs. It's the ideal house for a small individual. But he will never give it to Amy, another small person. Matt will share it with a woman of average size instead. All of these milestones in Matt's life that Amy can't share with him must make her wonder, what if? If Caryn hadn't worked at Roloff Farms, would that home be Matt and Amy's? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.